It is another day out here in Corona land. There's nothing much to talk about. We're doing go-karts again. We're gonna have a drag race, and we may actually be buying a new car. 3 things that are pretty damn cool. But first, I need to get some tools and stuff because I think I might actually have a solution to fixing the red one. Other than making the shell for the small one, I don't have the epoxy right now, and apparently the brake caliper for the red one's coming. So that means we can get that done, but I gotta get some tools and a couple other things before we actually do that. Make sure I can break stuff loose. Okay, talking too much. Let's just do shit. This is the go-kart that I'm talking about. Now it does have a cage over here that I took off, so just because it's in the way at this point. But it's a little bit dirty from the pollen. Forgive me for that one, but it's a pretty big size. I don't know how it looks on camera, but there's multiple things wrong with it. Now, one, I cannot get this 212cc motor to start, and I believe I just need to clean out the carburetor, which would just be this piece right here. So we'll have to take this off and then actually start cleaning it out and then get that all taken care of. But first things first, because I know this thing already runs, it just doesn't like to idle, so there's probably something wrong with it and I can just need to clean it out. You need to take this brace off, which is kind of like an emergency underhaul thing to hold everything here for the axle. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me, but we need to take off this whole axle and flip it around because this sprocket is made to go around the chain, that is supposed to go on the clutch on this side in order to go forward. So we need that on this side. In order to do that, we have to rotate the whole thing. So we're gonna take this off. We're going to take off the mounts to the chassis down there, swap it around. That way we can actually line this up with the clutch that we're actually gonna put on. We're hoping that the clutch will actually show up, or not the clutch, but the brake caliper will actually show up today so we can actually put that on. Well, that's no fun. I ran into a major issue. I think the bearings were basically seized into place on the axle. I'm not gonna buy a new axle, so I'm gonna cut out part of the bearing holder. I don't know if I can show you. Basically that little plate right there. So there's the bearing, and then this whole plate here. I'm gonna cut a lopset of the plate, and that way this will actually slide out underneath, going down. And then once I have that bottom one out, I can then shift this over and pull the whole thing out and then rotate it, then slip it back in. It'll still stay in place and won't do major damage. I was just trying not to cut it, but there's nothing. I've loosened every single thing on this. As soon as we make that swap, should be okay. Should be good to go.
5 hours later.
Well, after about an hour of wasting time, ended up just cutting it. So we did cut the back end. Sorry if I'm jumping around. It's just been a little bit frustrating trying to do this whole thing, but so yeah, finally got it off. But you can probably see a couple of these nice little clips here and there. There's a big piece, I don't know where that went, but did it on the right side. Was able to manage to not nick the bearing. This is the piece that just would not budge. This piece right here will not move. I think it's just seized onto the axle itself. I was able to leave the fixings, so as you can see, I cut up and down right here, and then I did a little bit of a notch cut on the side here at an angle just to get it to drop out. But otherwise, what I was supposed to be able to do is just basically loosen this little nut right here, and then it would just slide off, and then we pull it off. But these things are seized on there. I don't know how old this is when we bought it, but it's old enough to where I actually had to cut it out in order to make it work. Whew, it's been a long day. We're on our way to go check out this car. Yasi's super excited about this one, but I don't like it. There's also another one right after that. Let's see if it's any better. It's probably gonna be way better than the last one, but I'm not a fan of it.
Anything is better than the last one.
Maybe.
Are you gonna get copyrighted?
Yeah.
Why can't you have music?
Because it's copyright.
That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make any sense? You can't use...
No, you can't listen to the radio.
You can't play other people's music. You can't play other people's music and then make money and then makes money off of it. You can't make money off of... It's not like I make any good money.
Everybody knows Halsey, everybody.
Okay. Speaking of cars though, that's really nice. Ooh. I was just basically talking about the lines here. She takes coronavirus very seriously. And I get it's a serious thing that's going on, but if we just practice the normal stuff that our family, at least most of our parents, probably taught us, wash your hands.
Don't touch your
Cough
face.
into your sleeve. Don't touch your face after you touch other things. Like, the stuff that we grew up with, you probably are gonna be fine. Like, but everybody freaks out because it's like, no, I'm so used to picking my nose after I touch somebody's butt. Why? Why is that normal for you? I don't know. But her family, they take it very seriously. I just think it's
Corona time.
Every time I think about it, it does make me want a Corona beer. Like, really bad. We'll see. I'm not even gonna show you guys the car unless we get it.
Yeah, don't show them.
But I don't want you guys, I don't want her to get this one. I want her to get a different
I
one.
want to get this one.
It's clean, but
It's hella clean.
maybe from the pictures. From the pictures, it's really clean. It just showed up,
I know.
and she's just.
Oh yeah. Fresh! Fresh! Okay, turn the car off. Turn it off, turn it off!
Alright, we're gonna check it out. I don't know.
We are heading back. We are gonna buy the car that I just saw before the last one. I made up my mind, and I like the one that I saw before this one.
With a lot of problems on it, but I was like...
It needs a lot of work still, but it's alright. We'll work on it. Make it look mint.
I still wish I had something that all the other ones had. I'm a little upset about that, but
You can't have everything.
you can have everything. You can. But we're headed back to the other location. We drove like over 100 miles today, I would say. I gotta finish go-karts because I'm gonna get those out of here. We're probably gonna sell them.
And then start working on the.
Why'd you say it?
You can just take it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to,
I just.
I'm gonna have to bleep that
Chad.
out. God, you just gave it away. What is wrong with you? Well, we did it. It needs a lot of work, but we did it. And we got a new car, new project. I am so excited. Let me show you guys. Just end today's video. It's a little bit late, so I'm gonna be a little bit quiet as much as I can. We got the car, obviously. You guys saw the review. It's dark time already, but wanted to review a couple things with you to kind of show you the things we're planning on changing and the things we want to point out that are issues. Biggest thing would be this hood. It's nasty, this stripe. It's kind of like a cover up for some dents. We're gonna get a new hood. We need to get new grills because those are like, I don't know if you guys can see, it's like multi-color sparkle. It's not happening. This bumper is cracked and broken up in the middle, so this is gonna come off and get completely taken off. The high beams only work. These LED depot headlights are gonna get replaced. We are going to get new wheels because these are just not gonna happen. New side skirt on the other side. And the other side here, I don't know if you guys can even see it because it's so dark, but this is like flimsy falling off. That whole, like, it's separated, so it looks pretty bad. So that's going to be replaced as well. There you go. So it's got some nasty marks in here, so we're gonna need to get a whole new rear bumper in general just to do it. The exhaust is gonna go. In fact, it fell off the hanger, broke on the way home. All the zip ties and stuff came off. So we're gonna have to re-spot weld to at least temporarily hang on to that, and then we're gonna get the new bumper. We're also gonna get new taillights because one of the brake lights is out, and plus we hate the OEM tail lights here. This orange flash has got to go. So there's a few things that we're going to take care of, but other than that, first things first, I think we're going to get new wheels. So yeah, so with that said, that's it. We're good for tonight. We got the M3. I'm pretty excited for this project. We're going to work on it and get some stuff done. Try to order parts as of probably tomorrow. Looking for some wheels tonight, so hopefully that'll work out. It's a quick overview. We didn't really get into the interior or anything like that, but those are the basics of things we're going to change, but we'll go into it more, a little bit more. Other than that, peace out, stay humble, love you guys. Good night.